Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Kayla. I'm a real estate agent serving the amazing people of New Orleans, and today I want to talk with you all about how long it takes to close a sale on a home. So we'll start out with a story. There was a buyer. We'll call him Stan. Stan was super excited to be buying his brand new house, first time home buyer. And so he's on Zillow every night, and he's on Trulia, and he's driving around the neighborhoods he likes, looking for signs, and he's on the hunt. He's really into it. He goes to some open houses. He meets a real estate agent that I really kind of jives with. They had a good rapport. Stan felt like he could trust them. So he hires them, and together that agent sort of starts helping Stan look for the home of his dreams. And Stan knew exactly what part of town he wanted to be in. Stan knew exactly what he wanted in a house, and it did not take him long to find the perfect place. So Stan puts in an offer, it's accepted. He goes to his loan officer to apply for a loan and discovers that he can't afford the house that he wants. So Stan's super bummed. His debt to income ratio is too high for that price of a house. He doesn't have enough down payment money to cover the difference on what the loan amount he can get is. So Stan is back to square one. And it takes him a while to get over, the initial disappointment of missing out on this house that he was super in love with. But eventually he gets over it. He resumes looking. And again, Stan knows what he wants, so it doesn't take him very long to find another home. This time, Stan has a pre-approval, so he knows 100% that he can afford the house he's putting an offer in on. So they put an offer in on the house, and the process starts, right? They get an inspection, all that goes great. He has an appraisal. The appraisal comes back, good number, no problems with the lender on the appraisal. And now Stan can taste it. He knows, he can feel the keys in his hand. Boy, he is excited. So he realizes, this furniture I have and this house I want, they just don't go together. So Stan goes out, gets a brand new credit card, goes to a furniture store, buys a bunch of new furniture for his house, puts it all on this credit card, maxes it out, and when it comes time for Stan's underwriter to fund his loan, Stan is again disappointed to discover that his loan can't close because his credit situation significantly changed by Stan opening this new line of credit and then very quickly maxing it out. So again, Stan is in a holding pattern. Stan was lucky. His seller was more than happy to, stick with him, wasn't really in a hurry. So, Stan didn't lose his contract, but he had to wait another couple months because he had to get his credit situation squared away, back to a place where the lender was comfortable underwriting and funding Stan's loan. So the story of Stan and Stan's hunt for a house has a lot of valuable lessons in it for how long it takes to buy a home. So you've decided to buy a house, you know exactly what you want, you find a house, your contract is accepted, and you're like, all right, when do I move in, So take a step back, not so fast. These things take a little bit of time, and actually, on average, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to close on a home purchasing contract. And the big reason for that is because it takes now about 30 to 45 days for a mortgage loan to fund. So from the time you put in an application and agree to proceed with the process to the time that the lender is actually prepared to send the money to the title company, that process is a good 30 to 45 days long. But there's a lot that's happening in the course of that period of time. You've got a home inspection that needs to happen. And then, you've got a couple weeks in there where you can, really make sure you want the house, even walk away if you don't want it. You have a response time. Once the inspection is done, you have to send a formal response to the seller, and they've got a few days so they can think about, maybe what the renegotiation offer is. Then they come back to you, then you've got a few days to kind of figure out if you want to proceed with the sale. You've got to shop for insurance. I mean, if you find out that you can't afford the insurance on the house, then you're not going to be able to proceed with the sale. You're not going to be able to close and buy the house because you can't afford to insure it. So that's another thing that you're doing during that process. Then you've got an appraisal that needs to happen. So the lender hires someone to come in and do evaluation on the home so that the lender is certain that what they are paying for is worth the value that they are paying. So you got to wait for that process to play itself out. And then you have to wait for the underwriting process to be completely finished. So there are some things that you can do to make sure the process goes as quickly as possible. And the first one is, before you even start looking for the house, know exactly what you want and get pre-approved. So know what you're looking for and know how much you can afford before you even start looking. That's going to save you a lot of time. The second thing I would say is hire a good loan officer and a good real estate agent. So you want a loan officer who is reliable, who has a reputation for funding the loans that they pre-approve, and you want a good real estate agent because if you don't know good quality home inspectors, mortgage loans, insurance people, they're going to be able to recommend people who have proven through their work with them to be professional, to be reliable, and to be a good source of information throughout the home buying process. The next thing that I would say is a really good practice is, especially it's to be on your game, right? So as soon as you have a contract in, make sure your loan officer knows that you have put an offer in on a house, you are under contract, shop for your insurance, find out sooner than later if you're going to be able to afford the homeowner's insurance, and then if you're in a flood zone, you got flood insurance that you're going to need to buy. So make sure that you can afford all those things and do that early on in the process. When it comes time for your loan to be underwritten, be cooperative. This can be the most stressful, the most frustrating part of the process, because when you got pre-approved, you gave your lender all kinds of information, you submitted all kinds of documents to them, and now it's time for them to underwrite the loan, and very likely that they are going to ask you for a number of those things again. So just give them what they want, okay? Don't argue, don't delay, don't stall. When you are asked to provide documentation to the lender, your loan officer, or the title company is asking information from you, don't wait, don't delay. Go ahead and get those things to the people who need them as quickly as possible. And then probably one of the most important things is, don't spend any money. Don't open new credit cards. Don't go buy a car. Don't quit your job. Don't put a bunch of money on credit. All of those dynamics are going to influence and affect your credit score. And the lender, again, they've pre-approved you based on a certain credit picture. And if you change that before the house closes, they will not fund your loan. And then you're either going to be out of a contract and starting from square one, or sitting on a contract and waiting for your credit to get back to a place where the lender is willing to fund. So by taking these easy steps, you can make it through the process as easily as you can. And this is actually where I can help. Hiring a good real estate agent is going to be immensely helpful. You will have someone to help you find a home, make suggestions you may not have thought of. You're also going to have a good, reliable source for things like where to get a loan, how to find out about insurance, what home inspector you might want to use, all of these important decisions that you have to make as a buyer. Your real estate agent can help you through. And then they know the process, you know, they've done this before. This is their profession. They are experienced, and so they know what's coming. They can help you be proactive and keep you informed so your stress level is not as high. There's always a little bit of healthy stress in the home buying process. I think if you don't have a little bit of stress, then you know you're maybe not fully aware of the stakes, but you don't want to be super stressed out the whole time and feel like you don't know what's going on and you don't know if this is going to happen or where you are in the process. So a real estate agent is going to help you to navigate through all of that with as much grace and ease as you possibly can. So at this point, you may be convinced that you need some guidance in buying a home, and I can certainly help you with that. If you are ready, or you are thinking, you know, 6-8 months down the line, you're going to be looking to buy a house, then reach out to me, contact me. No sales tactics, no pressure, just information. You have questions, I have answers. So don't hesitate to reach out. You know, you don't have to be ready to jump tomorrow. It's good to start to collect information and get some clarity on some of these things before you even start looking. And I also love to do buyer counseling with first-time home buyers. So if you've never done this before, then call me. We can do that. It's an obligation-free, cost-free service. All you have to do is let me know that you're interested in buying a house and you want to know what the process is, and I will take you through that step by step. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour. We can do it in person, we can do it over Zoom, whatever is most comfortable for you. So if you are at that place, then reach out to me and I am more than happy to help you. So if you're a resident of New Orleans and you are looking to buy or sell a house, then you can contact me at 504-356-2170. You are also welcome to reach out to me through private message here, and you can email me also. Email address is thatrealtorlady504@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to leave those in the comments. I will be sure to come back to the video and make sure that any questions posted there are answered. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.